Welcome to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm your host, Joy Taylor. On today's show, what message was LeBron James sending with his customized shoes at Madison Square Garden? Plus, Ray Lewis joins the show to talk about Odell Beckham Jr.'s future with the Giants. And will we see Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather square off in the octagon? Skip, Shannon, let's get to it. Let's start with LeBron. His Cavs were at Madison Square Garden last night, and he was not subtle with his shoes. "I'm King" was written on the back of them. If you remember, back in November, LeBron posted on Instagram that he was the king of New York, and then he got into it with Enes Kanter. After the game, Kanter said, quote, "I don't care what you call yourself, king, queen, princess, whatever you are." LeBron responded with, quote, "I'm the king, my wife is the queen, and my daughter is the princess." On the court last night, LeBron had 26 points and 11 assists in an easy Cavs win. So, Shannon, what message was LeBron sending with his
Everybody
shoes?
know the message. You know, sometimes...
I don't know the message.
Well, sometimes Bron got a little old Shay Sharpe in him.
Oh.
You know, sometimes, Joy, we'll get a little nice little drink, and we'll go hang out under the bridge.
Oh, I thought you meant bandwagon jump.
No. What we'll do, we get us a nice little drink, something to read, and we'll go hang out under the bridge. In other words, we are trolls.
Oh.
Yeah. We a little troll sometimes. Skip,
Okay.
you've been fishing. I mean, they got great fishing holes in Oklahoma, don't they?
I fished a little in my day.
If you... Okay, I fished.
I didn't really like it, but that's just me.
Well, see, when you
I don't have the patience for
Okay, how about this here?
Yeah.
When you go fishing, Skip, normally fishermen, Mike Iaconelli, Van Dam, the great fisherman, bass fisher, they have two motors. They have an outboard to take them way out, and then they get what they call a trolling motor. Hard to reach places. So Brian had his trolling on last night.
Did he?
Yeah. And Enes Kanter wouldn't even show up to play. Because you know why? He had got the memo. If you're a foreign-born big man and you 6'10" or better, LeBron James is Donkey Konging.
Really?
Yeah, boom. You play Donkey Kong. You
Body bagging. Yeah.
Oh, you like that term, huh?
Yeah.
Got Nurkic. Got Ilyasova.
Nurkic is still playing.
Hey, he would have got.
Ilyasova's still
Guess
alive.
who got smart?
I don't know.
Oh, Michael Beasley got smart. Michael
he
Beasley,
just
you
said,
know.
nope.
You fit to put me on no poster.
Yeah. Kind of like LeBron did against Ben Simmons.
Stop,
He just
Skip.
said, I'm out.
This
I'm out of the
This
way.
is not about Ben Simmons. We're going to talk about Ben Simmons
Yes,
later.
we
Right
are.
now, we're talking about the king and what he had. I'm king.
Yep.
He's letting everybody know that he was in the building, and you should respect that. Now, I get it. Skip, I know, people sending me stuff like you talking about Michael Jordan. Look, we know Michael. Michael did an unbelievable job at the Garden. Michael's legacy even grew even greater his second game back, and he dropped that double nickel on him. So, but LeBron had a 50-point triple-double that David Stern, they rescinded one of those rebounds. But that's neither here nor there, Skip.
Okay.
He was trolling Enes Kanter because Enes Kanter pretended like he wanted to be tough. Now, this was between LeBron and the rookie. LeBron made a layup, and the rookie was right there.
Ntilikina.
Yeah, he tried to run over LeBron. LeBron, Skip, LeBron, he like to shake it off sometimes, Shake it off, what? That Taylor Swift? Is that what shake it off? Yeah, but anyway,
Ntilikina didn't back down, man.
But
He
then
just said,
Kanter...
no, this is my basketball.
Then Enes Kanter, who was way down court,
He said, yeah.
he come running back like he tough. Now, I get, Skip, because you covered the Bulls back then, but in the mid-'90s, those big men, they had Oak, and they had Xavier McDaniels, they had Charles Smith and Anthony Mason, Ewing. They were physical.
They were.
And the New York fan base, they embraced that type of play. Now, Kanter is just on the scene. He's trying to ingratiate himself to be thought of in that rarefied air as those enforcers. But everybody know Kanter is medicated soft. Skip, 6'11", averaging a half a block. He's averaging a half a more block than me. And I sit on my couch every night, and I'm 6'2". He's 6'11". There's a reason why he's bounced around. Because late in ball game, you already know, they go into his guy, and this guy gonna get buckets.
That is true.
So LeBron James said, I just want you to know, Kanter,
Yep.
who I am, what I am, and just so you don't forget, I don't know, he had black shoes on and big old white letter.
Big white letter.
Big old white letter.
Yeah, this is like billboard size.
Yeah.
Ah.
They say Stevie Wonder say, I am king. He saw it.
It
He was
wasn't
at the
just like
game.
along the sole, maybe. It was just on the back. I'm king.
Yes.
I'm king.
Yes, I'm about to get me a pair.
Wow.
I'm Shay.
Okay.
I'm Shay.
So you're going to have to help me with this
Okay.
one because back to the November 13th game.
Yes.
And so you're saying that this was just strictly a message to Enes Kanter.
No. No.
No?
No. He
To
had
the world. Okay.
It was a little subtle.
Okay, so it's a little of both.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to November 13th. So
Yes.
after that game, Enes Kanter said, I'm going to have to just read this. You ain't coming to my house playing that water bottle flip game again. Remember when LeBron sat on the end of the bench flipping water because he was bored at the end of a big blowout? So he's playing water bottle with some of his teammates, and, you know, it's a little disrespectful to the home team, what's left of the New York Knicks, as we used to know and love them. So Kanter goes on, I don't care who you are, what you call yourself, king, queen, princess, whatever you are. You know what? We're going to fight, says Enes Kanter. Ain't nobody out there going to punk us, not in our house. So those are big, bad, bold words from Enes Kanter, who doesn't always, to your point, back it up on the court. But he did get in LeBron's face that night, and they were going nose to nose, insult for insult. And I gained a little respect for Enes because I don't think he's afraid of LeBron. I think if LeBron wanted to throw down at that moment, I don't think Kanter was going to.
He ain't want to see Bron. He ain't about that life. LeBron should have just called it with a little quick one.
I don't think LeBron is about that life.
That he about it.
I don't think he is. Maybe both. You could be right. Neither are probably, but at least Enes wasn't backing down. And Enes is prone to troll a whole lot of people on Twitter, including me occasionally, but that's okay because he showed me a little something that night, and LeBron showed me nothing last night because he knew going into the game Enes Kanter has been out for 5 games with a bad back and was ruled out for last night. So why would you wear those shoes when the guy can't actually fight you?
Well, when he was there, he had an opportunity November 11th?
13th.
13th? He had an opportunity then. First of all, we already know, Skip Bayless, you keep talking about you gained some respect if you had any to begin with. From what? That's not his house. He just got there. He's not tough. He's not an important.
Well, he is on this year's team.
Skip, first of all, you and I both know the NBA has made it cost prohibitive for anybody to be like Mason, to be like Oakley, to be like those guys. You get suspended and fined heavily. So that type of play is null and void. It's done away with. Everybody knows Kanter is soft. You know that. LeBron, this is how LeBron got that old Shannon Sharpe approach. Skip, I don't know how tough I am. But don't you make me find out. That's what Bron be telling them. I'm a married man. Savannah been loving it. That's my high school sweetheart. I got 3 kids, and I ain't that tough. But don't you make me find out how tough I am. Well, Kanter didn't want to find out.
I will remind you when Kanter was in Oklahoma City and what they called him, because he's from Turkey, they called him the Istanbul. So he got some ball. On offense, when he gets the ball in his hand, you better look out because he's going to score it.
I'll give him credit. He stood up to Erdogan, that Turkish authoritarian. I give him credit for that.
He did do that.
But on the basketball, Skip, that guy right there, whoo, man, he battered Erdogan. Because he could do something to you.
I got to tell you, you were obsessed with looking at that picture.
He could do something.
You realize that? Do you have that picture up on your wall?
I'm going to wear my shoes.
Do you?
I got a pair of shoes, LeBron's. I'm going to wear them on Thursday. Because I already know what they're going to do to the Knicks on Wednesday.
Well, I hope they do. Because it's
what you mean you hope?
In the King's house. And Kanter will not play.
Why
so
not?
I lost a little respect for LeBron. Why would you wear them if Kanter can't fight you like on the basketball court?
Why you got a problem with LeBron wearing those shoes?
Well, okay, so I asked you, because he's always comparing himself to Michael
No,
Jordan.
you did that.
No, you did that.
No,
he did that coming out of high school. He chose to wear 23.
Well, Anthony Davis wears 23.
Okay.
Is he trying to be Jordan too?
So I ask you, Shannon Sharpe, can you imagine Michael Jeffrey Jordan ever coming out in shoes, and he was the inventor and creator of these shoes, that said, I'm greatest? Can you imagine Jordan ever doing that? He didn't need to do it because we just knew he was the greatest. And I'm back to what Steven Jackson has said several times about LeBron James. He's the only superstar who has to keep telling you how great he is. He's 15 years in this league, and he's wearing shoes that says, I'm king?
When are you going to...
We get it. We got it.
At some point in time, we're going to have to look and have to stop saying Larry wouldn't have done it. Magic wouldn't have done it. Jordan wouldn't have done it. Because let me tell you what Jordan did do. He got a G5, probably a G6 now. Joy, guess what color it's playing in? I'll give you one guess. Carolina blue. And on the wings,
well, let's just be true to your school.
Okay. Well, what about the Jumpman logo that spreads across the wings and his leg kick?
He invented it. I think he deserves.
He invented the king.
He invented the king.
He's the king.
He's the king of what?
You know.
Help me out. What is he the king of? Is he the king of the NBA Finals?
He's the king of the NBA currently.
Oh, okay. Finals? No.
No, the king of the NBA Finals happened to be Bill Russell.
Is LeBron king of Madison Square Garden? I think Michael was the king of Madison Square Garden, and I think Michael owned the Knicks when they were really the Knicks.
Well, here's the thing. Michael had to go through the Knicks. I think they played, the Eastern Conference Finals and maybe the semifinals. So LeBron has only played the Knicks, I think, in the first round when they had Carmelo and they swept them then. So Michael has a little bit, he averaged 31 points a game, 31.6, 31.8 through a career in Madison Square Garden. I think Bron is third at 28, Kobe is second. But Skip, let the man live. Jordan got the Jumpman logo that he wears. Everything that Jordan wears has the logo. Don't nobody say, Jordan, we know you the logo. We know you Jumpman. Why you got to have a sweatsuit on that says Jumpman? Why you got to wear them shoes?
What's LeBron's logo? Does he have one?
The crown, that king. You see he dribbled the king.
See, I didn't even know that.
You do it.
I just, that slips my mind.
Okay, what does a king have on his head? You seen the king of England, all these.
Well, help me out. He's the king of what?
He's the king of the NBA.
Of this year's NBA?
All NBA, so the last decade.
Wait, James Harden's going to be the MVP, and Russ was the MVP last year, so he's not even the MVP.
We're gonna talk about Russ a little later. We're talking about the king now.
Okay.
You know what he's the king of.
He's the king. Okay. He's also the king of like inexplicable post-game statements because.
What did he say now?
He said he's doing his stop and smell the roses routine after these games, and I get it. You're 15 years in, and you know you can't pass Jordan anymore, so you finally give up.
That's not what he said. He didn't say that.
He's saying, well, I guess I should stop and enjoy small achievements. So he was actually taking pride in the fact that they won the division when it's been 3 years now since the division factors into the seeding, right?
Yeah.
So winning the division means nothing. Right? It helps you.
Why Jordan didn't ever do it 10 straight times at two different locations? It's like having two palatial estates, one in Malibu, and the other in Sag Harbor.
Well, Jordan didn't need to leave to go join forces with other superstars, so he's okay. He finished in Chicago for the most part.
I give Jerry Reinsdorf, I give rest his soul, Jerry Krause, great credit for being able to sign Dennis Rodman, to being able to go get guys to come in and play, signing a Ron Harper, getting a Tony Kukoc. I give them credit for that. For that swap meet deal, how they swindled Seattle out of getting Scottie Pippen. But LeBron hadn't had GM to have that kind of luxury.
Okay.
But that's neither here nor there.
Even though, at this year's trade deadline, what did you tell me that happened? Did not the Cavs win the trade deadline? Didn't they?
Skip, considering what we had beans.
Okay.
I'm not talking about Jack and the Beanstalk beans.
They sprouted.
We had jelly beans.
Sprouted.
And nobody eat jelly beans. The last person I heard eat jelly beans was President Reagan.
I love jelly beans.
Yuck.
Huh.
You and my brother, y'all the only two people I know eat jelly beans. Nobody eat jelly beans anymore. They don't even have them out but one time a year.
Starburst jelly beans are good.
No, those are not really jelly beans.
Huh.
But anyway, as I was saying, Skip, you know what, Skip?
No, well, seriously, you got to walk me through this because he gives another, oh, whoa, were we speech. Like, look at everything went to. Ty Lue said it.
Yeah.
He's got to reinforce everything Michael says and validate it. But they're all saying, oh, whoa, were we. Look at everything we had to fight through this year. And I'm looking at the poor Celtics. They lost Gordon Hayward in Cleveland on night number one of this regular season, right?
Yeah.
And now they've lost Kyrie for the rest of the season. No Kyrie in the playoffs. And Marcus Smart has missed huge amounts, like, 30-ish games. So, and I don't even know if he'll be back for the playoffs because they probably won't last until he'll get back.
Skip, do you know this? I don't know if you know this or not, but there have only been 4 teams to win 50-plus games after losing a 25-point score.
Okay, but what happened last year with Kyrie?
They won 51 games.
Yeah, they went 23-23 in their final 46 games last year in the regular season.
Yes.
That was with Kyrie. Why was that happening? Because Kyrie was burning out on the king. He just didn't like playing with him, and they were a troubled basketball team all the way home.
Yeah, and you see what burned out? Carrying that heavy load up in Boston, had to hit knee surgery.
All right. Well,
see,
maybe
LeBron
you're right.
could have taken some of that heavy lifting off him.
So how can you say this year was so special because you look like you're going to equal the 51-win last year?
Ain't no look
right?
like.
Okay.
Don't do it.
You would think so, unless.
All I know, this is what I know. I know a guy that left a team that averaged like 28 points a night, Joy. And when he left, they had 55 wins the following year. Skip, can you tell me who that team was?
No, who was it?
Chicago Bulls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, the Celtics has an opportunity. They're the only team that could get 55. Now, the Celtics has an opportunity to do that tomorrow night, I think, also win 55 wins, have 55 wins the year after losing a 25-point score.
So if you want whoa or we, how about this year's Golden State? Steph has missed 30 games, Iguodala 17, KD 14, Draymond 12, Clay 9 games. That's a lot of games missed.
That's a lot of games.
Man, that's a
How
lot of
many
injuries.
Kevin Love miss?
Wow, I don't know.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he missed a bunch.
Wait, Western Conference, Eastern Conference.
All I know, there's only 2 teams in the Western Conference that have 50 wins. 2. Now, granted, the Western Conference, if you look, there are a lot of teams that are still trying to get they're jockeying for position. But so is the East, Skip.
Did you ever hear my Spurs one time this year say, oh, whoa, are we?
Yeah.
They
y'all
lost.
tried to strong arm Kawhi. Popovich tried to do it. Tony Parker tried to do it.
Yeah.
And Kawhi said no. He had to claw up.
Two months ago, my Spurs medical staff, training staff, declared Kawhi Leonard healthy enough to play basketball. And we're all the way home now to the end of the year. We have 1 game left at New Orleans, and there's still no Kawhi.
And y'all taking
and
the
I
L.
ask Kawhi, why, Kawhi?
Because you know why, Skip? When you have the kind of money Kawhi makes, like 18, 19 million a year, you also have your own medical staff. And his medical staff said, Kawhi, you're not cleared to play.
So do you realize that my San Antonio Spurs, without their best player, just came within 1 game of having the best home record in the whole NBA, Western or Eastern Conference? Came within 1 game of having the best home record. That's pretty special, right? Did any of them last night say, we had a really special year this year, and we're so happy with what we did? Because they don't, it's like, next.
You know what I noticed? I noticed none of them went in front of the cameras and said, yeah, we tried to hold Kawhi hostage. Okay. We tried to make him feel guilty.
I wish they would have made him feel guiltier.
He said, no, I ain't doing it. Okay. But you know what Kawhi saw? Kawhi's over there looking and says, hold on, wait a minute. I saw what happened to Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is never going to get that $150 million payday that he was due. Kawhi said, I'm finna get this 217, and I'm gonna sit right on it. I'm gonna make sure this old quad gonna be 1,000%. Is there such a percentage? But if whatever it is, if it's 100 as high as you can get, I'm gonna make sure it's 100 times 10.
God bless him. Yeah, LeBron James last night is saying, what a special year it was, and we should stop and smell the roses and embrace the fact that we won the division. Even though it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
What would Michael Jeffrey Jordan have said last night sitting in the visitors' locker room at MSG, given the same plight that the Cavs are in right now? And
I don't know what he would have said.
He would have said, now it's time to start the season. Nothing matters. That's what LeBron should have. The message should have been from LeBron to his team, nothing that we've done this year matters because we are finally completely healthy. Do you realize this? They're finally healthy. Yes, they are.
Where's Rodney Hood?
They're back. They're all healthy. George Hill is healthy.
Rodney Hood didn't play.
Okay,
George
I got
Hill
it, but they're all. LeBron even said after the game, "We're finally whole."
First of all, and in the Cavs, there is no we. When if the Cavaliers lose, LeBron James lost. That's how that works. You know it.
And if they win, LeBron James won. And that's why it's hard to play with LeBron James.
Yeah. See, but see, you always LeBron James is 4. It's not that his teams are 3-5 in the finals. LeBron James is 3-5. Those Bull teams are 6-0. You see what you did there, Skip Bayless? You try to be slick, but you can't be slick to a can of oil. I'm slicker than you.
You're a can of oil?
Yeah, you can't be slick.
What kind are you?
Yeah, I'm Quaker State.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay. In the can, you have to put the spout down in. Not you twist off the lid. I'm old school.
Now you're from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
What you're saying? Okay.
No, that's the rest his soul. Arnold Palmer, Pennzoil. Latrobe, PA, I think, where he shot that.
Yep. So, the great Shannon Sharpe, the Hall of Famer, the one who is the team leader for the Ravens and the Broncos, who would have stepped up on a soapbox in the locker room after a game like last night and said, "Stop it. We are not going to celebrate winning a division that means nothing to us. It's all about the postseason." That's what Shannon Sharpe
We didn't win the division. When I was in Baltimore, we didn't win the division. Sometimes, Skip, you get so caught up in the destination. Like I told you the story before, Skip, my first time going to Vegas, I was so excited to get to Vegas, Joy. I didn't even look out the window and see the Grand Canyon. Lo and behold, I was so caught up in that destination because the lights and glitter of Vegas and the slot machines and Frank Sinatra and Bugsy Siegel. That's what I was going to see. And it's like, I missed the Grand Canyon because I got so caught up in the. LeBron said, "You know what? Year 15, I'm gonna enjoy this journey because I know the destination. I've already GPS this thing in.
Really?
The all-time leading scorer, top 5 in assists, another MVP, 2 more Finals MVP. It's already in the GPS, Skip. Ain't no way. Siri know where we going."
You know, with this kind of attitude, you better be careful because you might wind up in the bottom of the Grand Canyon with that attitude, looking up.
No.
Huh?
LeBron done been to the depths. He done been to the bottom, Skip.
Okay.
That's why you appreciate the mountains. Because if all you saw was mountains, you wouldn't appreciate the valleys. And if all you had was valley, you wouldn't appreciate the mountains. LeBron has gone this course, but now he's standing tall. And the shoes would say, "I'm king."
So I dare you to post a picture on Instagram today with the caption, "I'm king." That's what you should do.
I'm gonna get me some shoes.
If you're a chip off that block, that's what you should do.
I might just do that.
Yeah.
Might have it on my back.
Yeah, you could do that.
Oh, yeah,
do a back shot. I'm king.
All right. You should do that. Get it tattooed.
No.
Yeah, it'll be for your 50th birthday.
No. Ain't no
Try
tattoo.
something new.
No, ain't no tattoo.
Why not?
If I get a tattoo, it's gonna be my grandma's name across my chest. Ain't no other tattoo going up
Well,
there.
then on your back you could put chosen one.
Yeah, and like LeBron, a portrait. They do really good portraits now.
For real?
Well,
Nah, I ain't doing that. No.
I mean, prove you're down.
Hold on. You got shoes, I'm Skip.
I do.
Yeah, you do. I saw, I wasn't gonna tell nobody. I'm dry snitching. Tell them about your shoes. I'm Skip.
No mercy. Hey guys, Joy Taylor here. More Undisputed is on the way, but first, a quick word about Buffalo Wild Wings. There's a new boss in town at Buffalo Wild Wings, and he deals in bacon. It's the Bacon Boss Burger, featuring bacon 3 different ways and a blanket of white cheese sauce. And he's joined by other new favorites, like the smothered cheesesteak quesadilla, sweet chili shrimp, and Alaska Cod Classic. All pair perfectly with a Sam 76, a fruity ale with the crisp finish of a lager. Hurry in today and try them all before they're gone at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. Available for a limited time while supplies last. Please drink responsibly. No mercy. LeBron dominated under the bright lights of Madison Square Garden last night for the Cavs' 50th win of the season. He finished with 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 11 assists. He also set an NBA record by winning his 10th straight division title. Let's take a listen to LeBron on that feat.
Throughout a long season, if you're able to accomplish feats, no matter what's going on, you should always try to appreciate it, try to take time. I've been one, I'm kind of like, been a hypocrite of that because I'm always moving and trying to figure out how we can be better the next day or whatever the case be. So it's always hard for me to be like, okay, another division crown, even after everything that's going on with our team and our ball club this year. But it's a pretty cool thing.
We're joined by Rob Parker. Welcome, Rob. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Not awake yet?
Oh, you got a new suit and now you want to come back here and clown, huh? Yeah, tell Skip about your little new suit.
You like it, Skip?
You need to get it taken up a little bit there.
No, these are the new ones.
Done, yeah.
This is the 40 long.
Well, I'm just saying you're getting so skinny. You need to.
No, I don't want to get
taper
any
it a little
thin.
bit.
Okay, there we go.
You drawing up like wet polyester
Would
over
you
there.
stop? You were complaining before saying that my button on my suit was going to pop you in the eye.
It was. That's,
You didn't want to talk.
What did you just
that little
say?
stomach, Skip. You had a little. Yeah.
You did not have some. Oh my gosh. All right, Rob, how much pressure will be on LeBron in the playoffs?
There is pressure. And you know this. First of all, I'm going to say he's officially was his 10 straight division titles. He's officially the Larry Holmes of the NBA. Because he's had nothing but cakewalks. The division and the conference, it's just not that impressive what he's been able to do. Last year they were 12-1 against the Motley Crew. Nobody in the East scares me. Kyrie got hurt. Their team's not complete. Washington, Philadelphia's not there yet. I'm not saying they're not going to get there. I'm not buying that LeBron ultimately won't be able to get through there. But I do think there's pressure from this standpoint that he's supposed to go through this conference and get back to the NBA Finals. And if somehow, some way he stumbles and doesn't make it, it will look bad at him because I still think he's
Why
the
would it
favorite.
look bad?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I think that when you look at the competition, what if he gets knocked out by the Wizards or some other the Bucks or the Heat? Yeah. I know Indiana, and I know they had a winning record against them. But if he was to get knocked out by one of these teams, I would go, really? They beat LeBron 4 times in a 7-game series? I think it would be a bad look for LeBron.
I'm trying to help me figure this out, and I'm not really good at math, so I'm gonna try to go real slow with this. Okay, the East isn't any good. So if he goes to the finals, the East is weak. But if he gets knocked out in the East, he choked. It's going to be a bad look.
Yeah, it's
so
a bad.
So how does he win?
Yeah, he doesn't win.
Okay, then thank you. That's
he
all
has to win. He has to win the championship. And he has to win the championship. That's where he is. He's the king. I am the king.
Yes, he is.
The king ain't about nothing but winning championships.
And you know what's going to happen?
That's what it's about.
Let's just say, for the sake of argument, they go to the final and they beat Golden State. What are they going to say? Steph Curry hurt.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will.
No, they won't.
That's what
I'm not buying that.
When they won the title against Golden State, what did you say? What happened in Game 5? Why did they lose?
I didn't say that.
You said Draymond got suspended. Yes, you did.
No, I said it. That's what
Skip
said.
You said it too.
Thank
if
you.
Draymond hadn't been there,
I didn't say that. They won. I actually, and I could get you the videotape. I predicted that they would win that series even when they were down 3-1. I could go back and show it to you.
Well, to make my point, Skip Bayless, Magic and Cooper, Showtime Lakers. And then you got to go way, way back. I think Heinsohn and Russell. I mean, you got to go way back to the 50s.
When there was 5 teams in the league?
It was 8. But I'm just saying. So, in other words, you got to go back to these iconic teams in order to get what LeBron James has done as an individual. LeBron James is an iconic team in and of himself because he did it at 2 different locales, Skip Bayless. You see what I'm saying?
Good. Keep talking.
Go on.
Keep
so
talking.
what he did is that before he left,
Yeah.
twice in Cleveland, said, you know what, I'm going to take this on the road. Sold out Miami.
Yeah.
4 games. So
take it on the road with other people,
then,
right? Did he go on the road by himself?
And then he come back. So guess what, Skip Bayless? So he's an iconic team by himself.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
tell me when it's my turn.
It's simple. Pressure doesn't get any higher for LeBron. Everybody knows it's finals or bust. Nothing else matter in between.
No, there's something different this year, and don't act like there isn't something different.
No. He can average 40 points in a triple-double. He can average 25 rebounds.
Something
he can
different.
average 15. He can average 17 assists a night, unless he wins the title. That's what he's compared to the Pantheon greats, and that's what it was for Larry Bird. That's what it was. The only thing is now it's heightened because we have social media. We have 24-hour sports cycle, but it's the same thing.
Got it. Do you want to say something before I unleash?
All I'm going to say, the last thing is that there's no Kyrie, and I know he's injured, he's out, but so now here's LeBron without Kyrie having to make this run, and if somehow, some way he gets derailed or knocked down before he even gets to the conference finals or the finals, people will look back and go, well, maybe it ain't all just LeBron.
Yep, got it. So now we find out, Shannon Sharpe, which side of your mouth do you speak out of?
What?
Because I'm with you. Born on December 30th, 1974.
Hey,
LeBron.
now,
Oh, sorry.
You know how old that man is.
He's 43, right?
No.
Oh, he's 33. I'm sorry. He looks, sometimes he looks.
No, he doesn't.
Sometimes I look, the hair, sometimes.
No.
Sometimes I wonder. But here's the point. LeBron James is the best player on the planet, says you.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes, says everybody.
LeBron James says he is playing at the highest level of his entire career.
Yes.
He's saying, I am the MVP, right?
Yes.
So I accept all that, which means that the pressure on LeBron James is the all-time highest as we speak. This is in the here and now. It's not in 1965. It's not in 1985. It's here and now. The pressure on this man, the best player on the planet, says you, is extremely high because it is a super highway to the 4th championship. The injury gods have said, let there be light, let there be LeBron, right?
Yes.
There is no Kyrie Irving. There is no Steph Curry. We don't know when he's going to come back or what shape he's going to be when he comes back. Am I right?
Yeah.
There's no Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to say it one last time. I love this Spurs team going in. I thought they could win the West and win the championship, and they have not had their best player for all but 9 games of this year. All but 9. Are you kidding me? And they still came within 1 game of having the best home record in basketball. That's pretty great. But do I have them having any threat to LeBron?
Skip,
No.
Skip, there have been plenty of times that the best player in the NBA doesn't win the title. In 1989, Michael Jordan.
Don't give me this.
No,
I don't want to hear your. Now you're talking out the other side of your mouth.
I'm saying.
No more excuses.
But what you try to do, you try to equate it. If you're the best player, you should be able to. You can't, because there are a lot of times Michael Jordan was the best player and they didn't win the finals. Am I correct, Rob?
Yes.
Okay, look at the juggernauts he was up against.
Nice juggernaut.
The veteran drug juggernauts, the star-laden juggernaut. Are you kidding me?
The Pistons have 4 Hall of Famers.
Show me,
have
Shannon.
4 Hall of Famers.
Where is it? Show me the roadblock filled with Hall of Famers. Show me.
There is none.
So what about the Boston Celtics?
What about them?
So this is what I'm starting to see.
Here
when
and
LeBron,
now.
When LeBron James was getting beat down, the East was strong. But when he rose up and he got some help, and now he's running through the East.
Help. He backed up the truck and dismantled the conference.
So how did Boston get Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen? How did they get?
Those were trades that were involved. Stop it. It's not the same comparison, Shannon, and
Why?
you know it.
Why?
Because you had to give up to get. It's totally different. Totally different.
Okay, just between me and you, I want to break some news to you.
Yes, tell me.
That was a sign and trade that Cleveland did with the Miami Heat. That's how they.
No, I know. I got it. I know they circumvented to be able to get
Shannon
max
Sharpe.
money. It's not the same.
Here
thing.
and
You
now.
know it, Shannon.
It is
Stop
the
it.
same.
Who won this trade deadline? The Cleveland Cavaliers.
That's
won
what you
it for
said. They
LeBron.
got everybody,
You
right?
were doing a victory dance the next day. Rodney Hood, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance Jr.,
You said
George
the
Hill.
King was energized. Look at what they did.
I like the trade. Considering what we had in the beginning.
You got way better.
Yes, I like.
So now you should be the favorite in the East and the West. You should be the favorite to win the championship. You got the best player with a much better team than you had before the trade deadline. Accept it, own it, swallow it.
Skip Bayless.
I want you to. Well, I'm serious.
Skip Bayless. You're gonna sit.
You can't have it both ways.
You're gonna sit there with a straight face. A straight face.
I'm asking you the same question.
I mean,
how straight is your face?
Hold on.
Because it's lopsided because you keep speaking out of both sides of your mouth.
Skip.
Is he great or not?
Yes, he's great.
Okay.
So every great player, every year, every great player has to win the title.
No, we're talking about the King who has an easy road. Dorothy on the Wizard of Oz had a tougher road than LeBron has.
No,
you know it.
I love
this
it.
Oh, well,
is
that was
easy.
It's
Wait,
easy.
Dorothy had a really hard,
Right.
the hardest road ever.
She had a hard road. He has an easy road.
The thing is,
there's nobody in the way.
So here's the thing: it's easy. So if it's easy, it's a cakewalk. He loses, he chokes. So how does he win, Rob?
He wins. I just told you he has to win the title. That's what LeBron is about. Time is
And then
running
what you
out.
gonna say? Then
it's
what are you gonna say?
clicking.
Then what are you gonna say?
Right? He needs
Then
to
what are
win
you gonna
3
say?
more
He
championships.
wins the title. Then what do you say?
He won. I give him credit.
Well, you don't give him credit for the other 3 he won.
Well, with the other people he had, this would be unique. This would be really unique.
Yeah,
you
you
know
think?
why?
Why?
No Kyrie, and then this cast of characters.
Well, how many
If
Jordans
LeBron
win without
were to
Pippen? How many Jordans
if
win without
LeBron
Pippen?
wins this one,
How many Jordan win without Pippen?
How many did Pippen win without Jordan?
They 0 for
None?
0.
Oh, please.
One guy didn't get out the first round without Pip. Pip got out the
How
first round
many?
without Jordan.
How many championships did he have before Wade?
Whoa.
Zero.
It's a team sport. You need other people
Whoa,
around you.
It's a team sport? I can't
Yes.
tell. I can't tell it's a team sport.
but
Why?
there's nobody else named the
You
King.
were out here.
can't
You were
tell.
out here with Miles and Yak at the trade
I
deadline.
can't tell. I can't tell
Talking
it's a
about
team
you
sport.
partying up.
I thought it was
Got
a team
rid of
sport.
Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, it's the
And you shut the excuse machine down.
it's the LeBron Cavs. That's what it is. He ain't his last name ain't James anymore. It's the Cavs. Because when they lose,
You just
LeBron,
told me it was a one-man show. You just told us that.
What do they have in common? Those 10 consecutive. Who's been on all 10 of those?
Okay, good. I'm with
9
you.
straight,
I agree.
It was Magic and Cooper. So who's been with him the whole ride, Rob? Those 10. Who's been with him, Rob?
Wait, time out. Are you owning this or not owning it?
On what?
In one sentence, you say he's the greatest ever playing at the highest level, and the next you say, but he doesn't have enough help.
Is Tom Brady great?
Yeah.
So why he took that L?
Because he can't play
Oh,
defense.
hey, Rob.
No, you can't play
Rob,
defense.
thanks for
He's not a
joining us.
two-way player.
Uh-oh.
No mercy. The Patriots continue to make headlines off the field. The Boston Herald reports Bill Belichick chastised Rob Gronkowski in front of his teammates because Gronk was a client of Tom Brady's trainer, Alex Guerrero. Gronk started training with Guerrero last offseason, and this has reportedly caused friction between the coach and the tight ends. We're joined by FS1 NFL analyst Ray Lewis. Welcome, Ray. Good morning.
Good to see you.
Morning.
Yeah.
For Shannon, what does this tell you?
First of all, I do not believe that this is a chastisable offense. If Gronk was injured and he was going outside of the scope, Skip, I can see. You want your training staff to get a look at him to see where he is. I get that. But Gronk isn't injured. So now I'm looking at it, okay, so what's the crux of this? Alex Guerrero just happens to be caught in the bad at the wrong place at the wrong time. This has nothing to do with Gronk training with Guerrero. This has nothing to do with Guerrero. This has everything to do with Mr. Kraft instructed, demanded that Coach Belichick trade Jimmy Garoppolo. In order for Coach Belichick to get some of that power back and to show that I'm still in charge, get out of here, Guerrero. You will have no more access. And then he publicly tries to shame Gronk. Now, I get it. Look, maybe he said, Gronk, you can't play tight end with noodle arms like Tom Brady can play quarterback. You play two different positions. So you need to lift some weights. I understand you want to be flexible, but you need to lift some weights. But this is not a chastisable offense. This is something that you could call Gronk in. Skip, we've seen incidents where, well, somebody got shot over a PlayStation or somebody got over a sandwich. That wasn't the reason. That was the final straw. This is not the reason Coach Belichick is doing this. Coach Belichick, for the first time, someone checked his authority. And the person that checked it has more authority than him. So this is his way of saying, hold on, I'm still in charge here. I'm just letting everybody know. And this is where we are right now.
Yeah, and I think even though we don't have the total context of what exactly he said, I kind of agree with that, is that he checked him from a certain standpoint. It's like, I am still that dude now. Like, don't let's not get this out of order. And I think when you think about this, and I kind of go to this, right? And shouldn't make a joke about this, but I am. Because, you know, when you told me to change my eating habits, like, I thought you was really crazy. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, I walk in and it's just plain green beans and no salt, no pepper, no nothing. The chicken is dry and just water. and it's a lifestyle change. It really is. But when you think about what Brady is doing and what Gronk is doing, listen, Brady is trying to stay up. You know, people trying to Bobby Boucher Gronk. You know, you got to be ready for that. Right? And so you have to, this has to be a totally different program. Now, from the nutrition side, I totally get it, right? Because the better you eat, the better you perform. Like, I learned that very early, right? From guys like him, Rod Wilson's, and just guys just learning that knowledge from them. But when you get to a certain point, you have to do what your position requires. And that's what you're speaking about. When that position says, I got to be lifting more than anything. You know, if you watch the transition of guys, I want you to really pay attention when guys come in the league on how their bodies start to deteriorate. Because a lot of them don't train for the position. Right? A lot of them just say, I can run fast, I can catch balls, and that's all I'm going to do. But I'm telling you, the transition, and I think with this whole argument is about, look, Gronk has been hurt a lot in his young career. So what Belichick is saying is, man, you need to be building up muscle and things to keep you on the field. And I don't know if this TB12 program really helps Gronk.
Did Rob Gronkowski stay reasonably healthy last year? It's pretty good.
I think
given his track record, reasonably healthy?
Because remember the previous year, Skip, he missed the season because he wouldn't play in the Super Bowl.
Right.
So he missed a lot of time.
Right.
And he's been nicked throughout his career. Maybe it's a game, maybe it's 8 games. But we know normally he gets nicked.
So what have we talked about with Tom Brady and Alex Guerrero? If Tom Brady believes with all his heart and soul in what that man is preaching to him, let him believe it. Because what the mind can conceive, the body will achieve. It just will. Because if you believe it in your head, it'll start to manifest itself the rest of your body. And Brady believes in this guy, and Brady is convinced Gronkowski, you should believe in this guy because he will lengthen your career. And so now I think Gronk's a convert, and this is like religious stuff because you have to believe in it religiously to buy it, right? So he is buying all of it, as is Brady. And if I'm the coach of my 2 most important players, right? Are those the 2?
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
so. Because you say Gronk can be as dominating as anybody in the league, right?
Yeah, no question.
Well, then I'm going to live and let live on those 2 because I'm just going to say go. You're good. And I get you about weightlifting, but again, Alex Guerrero is about pliability. I don't know, but again, it's all about stretching, lengthening the muscles as opposed to tightening and strengthening the muscles, because when they get tight, they will explode on contact. If you get hit the wrong way in a precarious, vulnerable position, your muscle will tear. And they're saying if you lengthen the muscle, it won't tear anymore. So Gronk is, what is he, 6'6", 265, somewhere in there? 270.
That's a big man.
Okay, so he just wants to play longer and leaner than he did before. Maybe that's okay. He basically just catches footballs.
I don't believe that's compatible for the position that he plays. Now, you can stretch all you want to, Skip, but he plays a physical position. Yeah. So Gronk's going to have some texture, some oomph to his body.
Absolutely.
Okay. When I see him dancing on stage, he looks pretty lean to me, like scary lean, like long and lean. You know, like he doesn't look like a tight end.
A lady from the Boston Herald, they did a story, and she says he looks like he's lost 10, 15 pounds. Yeah. And the thing, and for Coach Belichick, you know, if you play with New England, Skip, you know he's going to have his hand on everything. Nothing comes or goes without Coach Belichick. Right. So you understand that, but and as I told her, if they believe it, the most important muscle in your body is your mind.
It is.
It doesn't matter your hamstrings. It doesn't matter your bicep. If they believe that he provides something that training staff for the Patriots cannot, you're wasting your time. Because for an athlete, when you believe it. I had to show him the results. Okay, Ray, if you do this, if you run like this, if you eat like this, if you train like this, the first year he does it, he wins Defensive Player of the Year. Well, there's the proof in the pudding. So now I don't need to be around him because he knows what to do.
No.
What was the proof in the pudding, Jay?
I mean, look how you look. Did you not win Defensive Player of the Year? Did you win that award?
I did.
Well, are you taking full credit?
No. He had to eat. He had to eat. He had to lift those. I couldn't lift those weights for it. I couldn't run for Ray. But I'm just trying to show, because here's the thing. See, the thing is, like, and we're going to talk about this, but when you mentor somebody, the mentor can only be as good as the mentee.
That's it.
So if he was unwilling to listen, Skip, I was wasting my time.
Yep.
But he was willing to listen. And so with Gronk and Coach Belichick, it's hard to argue what you've been able to accomplish. But they believe Guerrero gives them something that New England Patriots training staff can't.
Well, but you over the years, you have went outside of that as well.
Absolutely.
Right? Just like myself. We have went outside of the regular trainers, right? The regular doctors, right? Because there's people who do other things for you.
Even strength and conditioning.
Absolutely.
I took Friday, no disrespect to you, I know you know, but this is what works for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ray and I, we were doing what we doing on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This is no disrespect to you, Friday, but this is how he was a strength and conditioning coach. This is how it worked. And I've had the same thing when I was in Denver.
Yep.
Hey, they said as long as you lifting, it's working.
Yeah.
So but that's not how Coach Belichick sees it, Skip.
Right.
But this is not about that trainer, Skip.
It's not.
If Garoppolo was there, then he have Alex Guerrero be doing push-ups in Belichick's office.
That is correct. No, he would. No, you're exactly right.
Belichick might be getting a massage.
Right.
So, once upon a time, Ray Lewis and company often took down the Patriots from the outside in because they were the Ravens. Playoff games. Right now, the Patriots are starting to implode. This is Rome falling from within.
Absolutely.
Right? Because to me, this is yet another indication, another report that shows you that this is internal warfare, man. They're at it. And I don't see it getting better. I see Mr. Kraft ultimately having to choose. He's going to have to choose who you got. Because I don't see how Brady and Belichick will coexist this way, because Mr. Kraft is fighting, he's just dancing as fast as he can to try to make him happy, then go over here and make him happy, and hope they can coexist through another Super Bowl year.
I mean, the guy has done nothing wrong, and then you take his access away. What did he do? Oh, he happens to be the guy that you wanted to replace, he happens to be his guy, so I'm going to make you uncomfortable, Tom. You want to go tell your dad that get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, well, I'm going to make you uncomfortable.
That's correct.
I'm going to want to make you leave.
Because I'm still in charge.
Yeah, I'm going to make you leave.
Well, okay. So that's one way to lose a dynasty.
Well, Skip.
I'm betting on the quarterback who had the greatest 40-year-old quarterback year in history because he just won MVP.
And took the L.
That's pretty good.
Oh, Nick Foles got him. Nick Foles, the best quarterback in the NFL. Because that's how you say you do it.
Did he not have a great year?
Oh, so then Nick Foles should be starting for the Eagles.
No. Carson Wentz.
Oh.
He just took down Tom Brady.
So it just only works until the next season
I like to
starts?
use Skip's rationale. Skip says the best player, if you win the title and you win the MVP, you're the best player.
You got to be the best.
Oh, Nick Foles.
Oh.
Tell Tom to give him that trophy.
Okay. Well, he lost because Tom can't play safety.
No,
They don't let him play safety.
What about?
Am I right?
Did he throw Tom Brady a pass?
Yeah.
Was that the difference in the game?
No, the fumble. That fumble.
Okay.
Did he fumble the ball?
One time he
No.
fumbled the ball. One time.
You told me.
game.
You told me in Game 6 when LeBron James had those 3 turnovers. You say
it's 3.
Oh yeah, he had
3 in a
one.
row in the last.
He had
3 minutes.
one.
Whew.
He had one. Oh, costly one.
Was it
too.
not a great? LeBron's were all uncharacteristic, unforced errors. Was this not a forced error by Brandon Graham? Was Brandon Graham maybe the best pass rusher in football?
If he'd done some bicep curls, he could have held onto the ball. He had no tricep.
Really? Interesting.
Held onto the ball. He ain't got no grip.
Meanwhile, he's throwing for 505.
505
A
today.
playoff record?
I don't remember nothing.
Tom Brady doesn't have a strong arm now?
No.
Oh.
Really?
He ain't strong as old Foles.
He's got the noodle arms.
The starter for the Eagles.
Throw
Big
them
Foles,
Foles.
right?
Philadelphia.
No mercy. Odell Beckham Jr. reported to the Giants facility yesterday for the first day of off-season workouts. New coach Pat Shurmur said, quote, "I think it's important Odell is here." Yesterday, our friend Ray Lewis gave his take on Odell. Let's take a listen.
I am more invested in this young man than anybody who's talking about him. Ask him himself how many phone calls we've had since his rookie year. This just ain't me just talking now. That's like a child to me. Listen, guys, we have a duty. And a lot of leaders are not stepping up to that duty. Guess why? They want to be popular on social media.
Ray is back with us, but Skip, let me start with you. What was your
Yep.
takeaway from Ray's comments?
Give me a minute on this. I believe what you believe. I believe in your message that you have preached to Odell Beckham Jr. many times via phone and face-to-face contact. Yesterday, I felt your anguish and your frustration over trying and failing to reach him. And my conclusion is, I'm not sure he's yet reachable. I went through this with one Johnny Manziel, felt the same frustration, the same pain. I feel like Johnny Manziel and Odell Beckham Jr., who are very close friends, are more alike than you might think. Because I'm going to remind you, Johnny, of course, grew up with some money in a San Antonio suburb. Odell didn't grow up the way you two grew up. He grew up with some money, some privilege. His father was a running back at LSU from 89 to 92. His mother ran track at LSU, then got her master's at LSU, and has been a pretty prominent track coach at several universities, Rice, Georgia Tech, Tulane in New Orleans. And Odell went to the Newman School, which is the alma mater of the Manning family. Eli went there, Peyton went there, Cooper went there. And it is an elite private college prep school in the middle of New Orleans. And Odell and Johnny shared this one thing. They grew up around a lot of adults that they respected, but they learned to speak adult. And Johnny is really, when Johnny turns on that adult charm, he can just wow you. He can blow you away with how mature he sounds. But once they tell the adults what the adults want to hear, then they go be them. They can go, they want to be social media stars. They want to be it kids. They want to be celebrities in the nightlife. And right now, I think both Johnny and Odell care more about being celebrities after hours than celebrities during football hours. That's Johnny's biggest problem. And again, Odell has achieved much more than Johnny ever thought about achieving yet in the National Football League. But my problem is that they both learn to respect greatness. So they respect Ray Lewis and they respect Shannon Sharpe and they respect Chris Carter on our early morning show here on FS1. And I think Chris has tried to mentor and advise Odell at various steps and it's worked out with him, maybe in different ways than you have. He's probably tried to help him more on the field than you have tried to help him. But in the end, I think Odell just pays lip service to you too much. He listens, but it doesn't really go in his head or his heart. and he tells you what you want to hear, and then he goes and does what he wants to do. And until these kids crash and burn, until they need your help, I don't think they're going to accept your help. And that's no different than you were at a certain age where you were rejecting advice from above. You know, you had to come to a point where you said, okay, I need help. I need to open up to Shannon. I need to figure out how to do this the right way. And I don't think Odell's hit that point yet. I don't think he's been forced to do it. He's had his incidents. We saw the video. And you say, how can you do that? Because he enjoys that life, to me, to a fault. And he's going to tell you he gets it, but he doesn't get it yet. And he and Manziel, you know, they're running buddies now. They spend a lot of time together in the offseason, and I think they're much more alike than you would know.
Mm-hmm. You know, there's nothing that I shared yesterday that I don't share with my children. Mm-hmm. My son, I gave this exact message to. Like, my son has made some bad decisions. Mm-hmm. And when I told my son, I said, Junior, I said, baby boy, you got away from your foundation. Shane, you've been knowing me a long time. Mm-hmm. I've been praying a long time. I've been mentoring people a long time. And when I sit home and phone call after phone call and text after text, to when I see what these kids are doing to their lives and their legacies, they won't understand until it's too late. A friend from Tennessee called me not too long ago. She said, I need you to call me right now. Her 27-year-old son was on the couch. She said, he's walking outside to commit suicide right now. You're the only one that can save him. I pick up the phone. I said, what are we doing? What are we doing, son? I said, tell me the last time you read a book. Can't remember. Tell me the last time you prayed. I can't remember. Tell me the last time you've been to church. Can't remember. Have you picked up your Bible lately? No. So how are we giving up on life if the foundation is disturbed? Mm. I go to Parkland and speak to one of the brothers, Brother Ray at Parkland. His brother was the courageous coach who jumped in front of the bullet. And I'm looking at his pain. And I grab his hands, Skip. And I say, all I want you to do is trade whatever pain you feel for love, for direction, for a foundation, so that when your 9-year-old daughter see you, that she knows she can carry on. Mm-hmm. The only thing sad about what we're doing in our world is we're confusing the people that really need the help. And these are babies. Odell is a baby. I look at Odell as a son of mine. Mm-hmm. So am I hurt? Absolutely. Why wouldn't I be hurt? When this guy took me and put me in his basement.
He did.
Listen to me, man. Mm. Like, we got to really start going deep places, Shay. You know this. Mm-hmm. This man put me in his basement and said, this is what you have to do. But guess what, Skip? I was willing to stay in his basement for 6 months. Did I move?
Nope.
Did I go out?
Nope.
Did I drink anything?
Nope.
Did I party?
You with me?
I followed it. And my whole mission, I got 5 texts this morning. Can you pray with him? Can you do this? Can you do that? That's all I do.
Where were you when you were in his basement spiritually?
Broken.
Okay.
Guess why? I had removed God.
Okay.
Guess why? I was around the wrong people, doing the wrong things, hanging in the wrong places. I tell people this all the time. I just got through speaking at this church, Bishop Joel People's Church. If you know something in your life needs changing, make sure you change it before God has to change it. Because when God changes it, it will not be a pretty sight. Mm-mm. And when I got not only humbled, but when I got right, and when I walked out of that basement,
I walked out a new man. But I walked out a man that was accountable to a brother who looked at me and said, whatever you need.
How did you get right with God?
God deals with most of us in isolation.
Okay.
See, it's a secret place you got to go with him.
Was
See, it's
this
a
all
place-
from you, or did you have somebody to
No,
help?
my mother now.
Okay.
My mother would tell you up front, you know, like when I'm disturbed with the Lord. Junior, all right, God paying attention to the same thing. And so very young, I've always had a connection with him. But at times we pull away, right? Because we kind of become our own gods. We control our own things. We got our own money. We can do what we want to do. But if I didn't have the foundation of who God is, my why is simple, Skip. My why, I pray for that boy. My why, that I pick up those phone calls, my why never change. And that's why it's just, it doesn't bother me what people say because I know what I do. And so I will leave it here, no matter who was offended. When I pray for people, Shay, I pray that people are acceptable the way I accepted your teaching and what you did for me. Not from a spiritual level from him, but was what he pulled me away from. And so today it's a great day for me because if we get to call God's name this many times, then we need to keep on having these conversations with the pain that's going on in this world. Just like I challenged Brother Ray.
So,
right?
so back to Odell.
Yeah.
How many times have you spoken to him via phone and he said, I hear you, I hear you,
Yeah,
I
I
hear
mean,
you,
that's
right?
baby boy. That's baby boy. He knows it. He knows it. He's so gifted. He knows it. But your gift runs hand in hand with your curse. That's the book of life. And so I get it. I get it. But I told you, I'm invested. I'm invested in a lot of these kids. And just like my children, I will never stop fighting for them, and I will never stop praying for them, and I would never, bottom line, stop telling them the truth. Yeah.
The thing is what I've said before, Skip, is that the mentor is only as good as the mentoree. And the thing is, he was willing to accept what I was trying to instill in him. The problem is that his priorities are not what Ray's priority was. When I told Ray, I said, Ray, this is what I think you should do. This is how I think you should do it. Now, he could have bucked and said, well, you don't know what you're talking about. You on your way out. I'm not listening. But he accepted it. See, we want, Odell is doing exactly what Odell wants to do. So let's go ahead and put that out there on the table. Everything Odell Beckham Jr. is doing is exactly what and how and when he wants to do it. He wants to travel with Drake. He wants to be at all the events. See, the thing is, and I want to be great. Saying you want to be great, greatness comes at a heavy price. A heavy price must be paid for greatness. Do you truly desire greatness, or do you just pay it lip service? And I told, a lot of time people mistake hard work for habit. See, people think because they do something over and over, they working hard. There's two different things, Skip. Odell Beckham is doing exactly what he wants to do. He hears Ray, but he's not listening.
He's not listening.
And that's the thing. That's the difference. When people are like, I didn't know you and Ray were so close. Well, I didn't know. That's not my job to tell you. Ray will tell you whatever he wants to tell you, what I helped him do. That's not my job. I don't do anything. A lot of times I talk to guys, Skip, you'll never know. And when I do talk about it, I say, what do you feel comfortable with me telling them? What do you want me to tell certain people a certain thing? I feel comfortable. Shay, Sharpe, tell them whatever you want to tell them. Skip, right now, Odell Beckham is in a place that he's comfortable. And right now, he can't get reached. But there will come a time that he'll need to be reached.
Or he'll reach out to you.
Right. And hopefully, as you said, you'll never leave him.
Yeah.
And you'll be there to help him up. I mean, Odell, I got kids older than Odell. So I understand. And you try to reach him, hey, okay, you gonna do it your way, but I'll be right here. When you come back and say, Daddy, I'll be right here. I'll be right here in this chair.
Well, I mean, you guys know you're both Hall of Famers. You know, Skip's been in the business for 40-plus years. You make big sacrifices to get there.
Yeah.
Famous Coach Wooden quote, don't mistake activity for achievement. Gotta make a little extra sacrifice. Ray, thanks for joining us.
No mercy.
We might be getting closer to actually seeing Floyd Mayweather fight Conor McGregor in the octagon, but there could be some stipulations. The Sports Journal reports the fight will happen with 4-ounce gloves, no shoes, and 5-minute rounds in the 155-pound division, but there will be no kicks, no elbows, or knees allowed. Shannon, do you believe this could happen?
Now, this is doable, Skip.
Oh, yeah, it's real doable now.
Because basically what you have is a boxing match in an octagon.
Thank you.
Now, Dana White said he wanted to get his boxing license license to promote fights. Well, here you go, Dana. Because all this is, Skip, is boxing with lighter gloves and no boots. So let me get this right. In the UFC, can't kick, can't elbow, you can't take the guy down, can't armbar, can't submit the guy. Wow.
Wow.
Is that the UFC?
Not the last time I looked.
I thought the UFC was basically no holds bars with certain rules and regulations. If you can choke the guy, you choke the guy, you break his ankle, leg, whatever. So now this is Floyd Mayweather, again, getting what he wants. He wants to be the A side, because this is a boxing match, Skip. There's no way around it. You're basically boxing with 4-ounce gloves with no boots. You're going to be barefooted. You're in the octagon. Really, Skip? Is this what you want to see? This is Muhammad Ali. I don't know, all our young viewers out there won't remember, but you remember when Muhammad Ali fought Gorilla Monsoon, Skip? That's what this is, Skip. Is this what you want? Floyd wants this because you know why? Because it's not a sanctioned boxing match. They can't touch that 50-0. So he gets to get a big cash cow, and he's still unblemished on the boxing side. Come on, Skip. I know you're better than this, Skip. Tell me you're better than this.
Now you're the one laughing. So now my man Shannon Sharpe understands why his man Floyd Mayweather Jr. would do this.
Yeah.
Because this isn't really this.
No.
It's that, right?
Yeah.
It's a joke. I don't want to watch this.
No, you got to watch this.
I'm not going to pay for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you are. Yes, you are.
This is a circus act. This is simply moving the boxing match into the UFC's
octagon.
arena of the octagon.
Yes. Oh, you watching
that?
Yo, yeah, you watching it, Skip. You said you wanted to see him fight. You wanted him to fight Conor in his territory. Well, he's in the octagon.
Obviously, we both thought it was going to be under octagon rules. We thought it was MMA.
Yes.
We thought it was UFC.
I did.
This is just a pathetic rematch of boxing with slightly smaller gloves, from 8-ounce down to 4-ounce. But obviously, Floyd has decided Conor can't box with him, so how is he going to be threatened by 4-ounce gloves when he wasn't really threatened by 8-ounce gloves, right? So he's saying, I got this. I can dance, run, hunt, peck. I can do what I do, what I did for 10 rounds before, and I'll be just fine. Because, I'm sorry, Floyd, I don't want to see this, and I don't think a lot of people want to see this, and the joke is about to be on Floyd because I have been pushing that this could double the payday he got for the boxing match, which was $300 million. I thought this was, for Floyd, a $600 million night, and under these rules, I'm not sure a whole lot of people want to watch this.
No.
I'm not sure.
But that's the thing, Skip. The UFC is really, really a young man's sport. You only got so many fights in you, even in your 20s, before you get up out of there. And you think Floyd Mayweather was going to go into this sport with those rules and all of a sudden master it at 41, 42? Skip, that wasn't going to happen.
I threw this at you across the table yesterday. I said, if Floyd wants to negotiate no takedowns to get the wrestling out of it, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
But that leaves the kicks.
Yeah.
The elbows, the whatever else you want to use.
So he's just boxing barefooted.
Yeah, he's boxing barefooted with gloves.
With 4-ounce gloves.
8 down to 4-ounce.
Really?
Really?
I
don't want to watch it. I don't want to
talk
about it.
Yeah, you got to watch it.
I don't have to watch it.
So what if he knocks Conor out again? What?
So what? I would expect him not to knock him out, but
okay,
to outbox him.
If it's going to be if it's going to be 5-minute rounds, how many rounds would it be? Would it just be 5?
I guess so.
Will it be? I mean,
yeah. Look, I don't know the credibility of this source, but this guy's been pretty good. He's the editor-in-chief of Dubai's largest sporting news outlet. And he's been ahead of the curve on some of the other things that have happened in the past between Conor and Floyd.
Right.
And he also tweeted that this was set to be announced before Conor had his big incident at the Barclays Center last week. So did Conor agree to this? Well, I guess Conor says, give me another $100 million, I'll be good.
Well, and here's the thing, Skip. And what is it going to be in Dubai? Well, they got some of those Saudis over there. They got that paper. They can pay for this out their own pocket. No,
they could.
Don't even worry about no pay-per-view here. Hey, y'all come fighting out.
I don't think this means it's going to be in Dubai.
Right.
I would still guess it would be in Las Vegas, but I don't know. Could be right, but this is just wrong.
What?
It's wrong. It's wrong. You know it, and I know it. You don't want to watch this.
Yeah, I want to watch it now.
Yeah.
I want to watch it now.
Now Floyd's just fine. You're right. See, if Floyd was going to really have the guts at age 41 to say, I'm going to beat you at your game, and your game is your game with all the rules intact,
He'd be foolish.
well, you were fearing for his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skip, at 41 years of age, a guy that doesn't have any MMA background, he's never wrestled professionally. He's never had jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
He's never done any of that stuff, Skip. And so you think a guy that all he okay, ask James Toney how that worked out for him. Ray Mercer got a good lick in. He did a big, I think it was silver fouls. He knocked out one of them. But the next time around, what happened?
Okay, but if you go fight Conor McGregor in his cage with his rules, people will pay to watch that for all the reasons you said yesterday. They want to see Floyd get his. A lot of people like to see Conor get his, and
I don't know a lot of them people. I know one person want to see see Floyd get his. Yeah. I don't know them people. I know you.
That is true. I would be very interested because it would show me some real courage on Floyd's part, because he always rigs the boxing because he's got his defensive style and it's hard to hit him and he ducks.
Yeah, hold on. Did you hear what Patton said? Patton said you don't become a hero dying for his country, dying for your country. You become a hero by making somebody else die for their country.
Oh.
Floyd don't need to be no hero proving that he can beat Conor in that, because he can't.
You're giving up on your man? You should have more faith.
No.
It is still hand-to-hand
No.
combat.
No. In the UFC, it's hand-to-hand, it's knee-to-knee, it's shin-to-shin, it's choke-to-choke, it's arm-bar to arm-bar. No.
There's never been a slicker fighter than Floyd Mayweather Jr. Never been a slicker one. Never been a smarter one, a craftier one.
Skip, do you realize they can run off that ring and elbow you, kick you in your face?
Okay. What if Floyd's just too quick for him?
You saw
What if you just can't draw a beat on Floyd?
Conor McGregor was hitting Floyd with shots that 3-4 years ago Floyd would have never got hit with. Skip, as you get older, your reflexes aren't the same.
But the flip side of your point is, I thought if Conor caught him with one of those shots, Floyd would go down.
He hit him.
Dana thought that too.
I didn't.
And I gained a measure of respect for Floyd Mayweather Jr. because he took a couple of big shots.
Hit it with an uppercut and he walked through it.
Yeah, he did.
But Shane Moore, everybody tried to tell you.
Yeah.
You think he punch hard. He doesn't punch hard like boxers. They know how to punch. They know how to sit down on these punches. And boy, when he sat down in that tent, I wouldn't take him out in the 8th. Born in 54, died in 63. Round 9, that's why I had him up out of there. Yeah, born in 50. You know it, Skip. Somebody born in 54, they went away in 63.
The fight I saw Conor McGregor get Floyd in trouble over in the corner in round number 9.
Low blow.
And I saw, is this Robert? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Robert Dirty Bird from Atlanta, Georgia. I don't think he is. He's from Las Vegas.
Probably.
You know, he is a Vegas guy. And he just jumped right in the middle and said, nope. Let's go to the middle of the ring and start over. And he took the fight right out of Conor's hands.
I mean, but Floyd played him well. I mean,
Maybe.
Roughly,
He
no, he
probably
didn't.
did. He took care of him.
No.
Yeah, he's
Floyd,
a Vegas guy.
No, Floyd made sure he was well compensated because that's a big thing. Guess who got the referee to fight? You remember certain fights, who was the referee. So Floyd wanted to make it worth his while, gave him some money. But Skip, He saved him. You don't know he saved him. He had Conor, George, you box. You know when you get tired, and you say, and I used to say that all the time, man, throw punches. Why aren't you not throwing punches? When you get tired, Skip, I don't care what your brain
What happened was Conor McGregor lost heart in round 10 because he realized the thing was rigged. So
no, stop it. Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, he fixed. Like that's what George Foreman said. The fight was fixed. He said, "Yeah, I fixed it with this right hand."
I don't think Conor could do this, actually. It just instinctually being in the octagon.
Yeah, like
and
how would
not,
you even
like,
do it?
Like, well, I mean, just that's his territory. How would you limit your brain to think, when you start clinching, I can't knee, I can't kick.
Right.
I don't even know if he would have the ability to limit
For $200 million, he could do it.
And what are they going to do? Just dance for?
Whoa, Skip.
Dance.
Hold on.
You can't be proud of this.
You said you wanted this fight.
I did.
Yeah, a UFC
Under
fight.
real rules.
You want to see Floyd bleed. You want to see him hurt.
He was going to bleed. He was going to have to earn his $600 million this time. He's going to get hit and he's going to get cut.
No.
Because you're going to get cut.
Oh yeah.
You saw that second Nate Diaz fight. Boy, there's some blood spill.
I've seen.
And some of it was spilled on my wife Ernestine sitting in the front row.
I've seen enough.
She got splattered.
I've seen enough UFC fights. I know how they go. That's why I know.
But
Floyd
this isn't a UFC fight.
Oh yeah, no. I'm saying, had this been, or if they were to fight and they fight on the UFC rules, we know how that's going to end. Skip, you know too. That's why you want it to happen.
Well, have some courage
No.
and some faith in your.
I don't need to have no courage. Floyd need to have courage. I'm good over here where I'm sitting.
No mercy. Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Joy Taylor. We're back at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports 1 of 1.